hello, I'm a Refashionista Sheri, and today is day 30 of my 30 Days of Refashions. It's the very last day. I seriously can't believe that we made it through 30 days. Every single day, a new tutorial. My Refashionista brain is a little bit tired, but it was so much fun, wasn't it? And every single project used something that I already had in my house. So I got to make all of those things that for whatever reason I had been putting off, and I got to share them all with you. So hopefully you have also been making along with me or taking my tutorials and tweaking them and using them for whatever the heck that you wanted to use them for, because that's what they're there for, right? I want to know. Let me know down below if there's anything in particular that I've shared in this past 30 days that you've actually used. I love hearing about your successes and even failures, because what happened yesterday's tutorial? That was a failure, right? Speaking of failures, today's tutorial was an online thrift fail from a little while ago, and it's just been sitting there because I'm so mad at myself that I wasted money on this. But you know what? Today I'm going to fix these and I'm going to transform them, and it's a 2-for-1 tutorial. And before we dive in, don't forget to join my wardrobe revolution at refashionistascircle.com and click the join button here. I think it's somewhere here. Is it on my channel or is it on this side? I don't know. Anyway, there's a join button somewhere here. Click that and join my channel, because starting from October, I will be sharing 2 members only tutorials every single month. And these will be brand new tutorials, and you will only get to see them if you're a member of my channel. So with that in mind, click join. And you know what? Let's get making. I actually cannot believe that I got basically scammed again on Poshmark. And if you missed my video from a couple of years ago with the absolutely horrific cat pee box that I got, I will link it down below for you, because it is horrible, and my allergies are on full display by the end of that unboxing. But let's get to this one. So yeah, a few months ago, I got these boots from Poshmark, and unfortunately, I just took a couple of days too long to open the box. And when I did, you can see here, the insides it's peeling. When I did try them on, and when I pulled my foot out, it was just covered with all of this blue gunge here, which of course the seller did not mention. And I don't know, Poshmark doesn't have the greatest policy when it comes to this kind of a thing, because the last fail from there, I didn't get anything back, and the same with this one. And both times they used the excuse that I waited too long to report it. But I mean, it was literally just like 3 days after I received it. I don't have time to open things right away sometimes. Anyway, so instead of chucking these, I am going to upcycle them into something, so much better. So all you need is a pair of boots and your scissors to get started. Okay, I do not know what the inside down here looks like, but I'm hoping, with fingers and toes and everything crossed, that it's still going to be wearable and usable down here. And I can first start by chopping these and making them into ankle boots. So that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to chop them right here, right above the decorative kind of stitching here, and just go straight across. Okay, so it's not great. It is still peeling, but it's not absolutely horrible. So I think I probably can still wear these without too much of this coming off. And I can always try to put like a little lining in here. I'm pretty sure, that would be quite easy to do, to just line this part with felt. But before I try to do that, let's figure out what we want to do with the tops. I mean, I could, look, it's not going to fray, right? I mean, this is real leather, so I could just leave it like this if I want to, but of course I don't want to. We want to add a little bit of fanciness to this. So I grabbed my little box of trim here, and first I pulled out this, but unfortunately I only have enough for one of the boots, which wouldn't be good. Then I found this, and something absolutely hilarious is I have had this, I don't know, for over a decade. I sincerely have. And I actually used this for one of my first ever boot refashion attempts, and I actually shared that on my channel, so I will link that oldie but goodie tutorial down below for you. But look at this. I think this is gonna look absolutely fabulous with that, and I think I can just, you know, take my trusty glue gun and glue this around like that, and I think it's going to be totally awesome and fine and finish off these boots. But before that, as I said, I think I might just make like a loop of felt and put it around on the inside here to kind of cover up and hopefully get rid of some of this peeling interior lining here. So in my stash here of felt, I found this piece of felt blanket or fleece blanket, and I was just thinking, like, that is a really good match, isn't it? So why couldn't I, instead of using that trim, I can just make perfectly fitting loops and then tuck it in, right? Tuck it in and then just fold it over like those funky little boot socks that my kiddo always wants me to buy her every year. And like, that's gonna look pretty cool, I think. So we're gonna pivot and we're gonna do this because it's gonna be easier, and then I'm not gonna use up that last bit of my fab vintage trim. So I created two pretty equal sized loops here out of the fleece, and now I'm just going to put it inside, and I have this inside out. I'm going to pop it inside there and then fold it down over like so, and look at that. I have this adorable little cuff on the outside, and I think I do have to, I thought maybe I didn't have to stick it down, but I think I do have to get the old glue gun. And then on the inside, it's, you know, covering up and concealing and protecting, I guess, my feet and my socks from that peeling interior. So now all I'm going to do is glue this part back together, of course, the interior crappy lining here, and then just put a very thin line of hot glue here to hold that top part, and maybe a couple of dots on the inside to hold the inside, but that's it. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of gluing at all, and that should be it for these cute little booties. And as always, this video is sponsored by you, because when you share the word of this video in a comment below, it tells that pesky algorithm that more people need to see this video, and then everybody can start using what they have to make what they want. And the word of this video is booted. And for the tops of the boots, all you need are the boot tops, some cardboard, your glue gun, and some more of that felt. And we're going to make these into something very, very useful. So of course, the first thing I had to do was get rid of that awful lining from the boot tops. And now you can really see just how horrible it truly was. And there was no picture of this, of course, in the listing. And yeah, the seller just should not have sold these boots at all. I mean, yay, I guess I get to do a refashion with them, but I would prefer to have the money, actually. So the idea with these is we're going to use the cardboard to create a perfectly fitting bottom. So these are then going to be funky little storage baskets, bins, or planters, whatever the heck you want to use them for. But I need something to use as the circular template because that's not going to work. So I thought, hey, if I can get this like here, basically, yes, I mean, it's close enough. So I'm going to use the inside of this to trace out 2 circles onto my cardboard and then cut them out. And then you just want to make sure that your cardboard fits in the bottom of your boot tops. And I think that's going to be fine because now we're going to cover them with some fabric. And I mean, of course, you just cut some fabric and then glue it all around the edges. It does not have to be perfect because that side's going to be on the inside. So who cares, right? Really. And they're done. You can see here, I just popped those cardboard bottoms into the bottom and then put a whack of hot glue, just stuffed it right down in there. So that's not going anywhere. And then I finished off my Western boot tops here with some rootin' tootin' cowboy rope, of course. And I think these are going to be some of the most adorable little planters ever. So let's go do that. Let's put some plants in and see what they look like. Isn't it awesome when you can get 2 new things out of 1 old thing? It's even better when you can get 3 new things out of 1 old thing. And that is why I keep sharing so many 2-for-1s and 3-for-1 tutorials. But that's it. We've come to the end of my 30 days of refashions. So I want to know, which tutorials have you tried? Which ones are you going to try? If you missed any, the full playlist will be linked down below for you. And because it is the very last day, I am doing a special 50% off of my Wardrobe Revolution course for the next 48 hours only. And remember, that is the full course from start to finish to get you upcycling, refashioning. Every single thing you could ever want to know is in that course. And then at the very end, once you've done the course, you get to talk to me virtually in person for a full hour, and I will open up my Refashionista brain and give it to you for an hour, which is awesome. Right? I think so anyway. So the link for that will be down below. You can also join my channel because from next month, from October, I will be sharing 2 members only tutorials every single month. And there's so many other awesome perks that you get when you join my channel. So click join. It shows you all the stuff you can get. And I absolutely hope to see you there. And you know what? Until next time, which isn't going to be tomorrow, but it's just going to be in a few days. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.